Hey, it's Crockett36. I am here with Gamerman, and we are going to continue reviewing the game he is playing against Oysteilo. I think that's how you say it. Just wanted to say I just posted a video that was a preview and an introduction to how to join the league. This place that Gamerman and I are talking about, where these great players play balance mod. They also play out of box and other things too, but particularly those two, and also a game called PTV, Path to Victory, that some of these guys have modified. So we are going to continue the review, and I'm going to share screen, and then I'm going to have Ted answer some questions as I notice things, particularly things maybe that I would not do, and things that are important to note. Let me just share screen. Here we go. Participant at a time. This always takes a little longer than I think. But Ted, let me know. Why don't you say hello and
Hey,
yeah, there you go.
yeah, this is Gamerman01.
And tell us what you were doing today.
Oh man, I was sloughing off work and playing Axis and Allies. I can do that since I was self-employed and was working at home today. But a big long move in the semifinals of the Balanced Mod Championship in our league against our best player in the world. Is a couple 300 points above anybody else. So if you want to get waxed, maybe he'll have time for you.
Very good.
And that is Adam 514.
Yeah, I have played. I haven't played against Adam, but I've played against, fun games against, for instance, my games was a runner-up, playing a game with technology, which he does not like, and he's been kind enough to play me a couple times. Andrew is playing a game with me right now. He's kind enough to play me right now. So fun games. Okay, so we are in round 3. And here we go. We are looking at technology. It doesn't look like you built technology in round 3, but you might have mentioned you did that by the dice or an edit or something like that.
Yeah, I think that was around 2.
Yeah.
I think I stopped after that.
Gotcha. Okay. So here we are.
Would you back up,
yes.
zoom out, and look over the 2 theaters real quick?
Sure.
To catch people up on
All right.
how we got where we are.
Excellent. Let me just do the plus minus, control minus. All right. And I'm going to close this channel, this panel. And that should go us. Okay, so you'll notice that the map as it fills in is particularly in Hawaii. There's a huge force here. This is a J1 attack. So right. Japan is at war right off the get-go. There was a invasion of Korea, turn 1, I think. And of course, there was a press into. Yeah. Oh, and then you did a Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
I believe as well. Yep. And then you put a large force that retreated to 33, which is off Caroline's. And then some of the bid went into. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. Some of the bid went to the Siberian troops out here. So right away, Gamerman knew that there was going to be action as there was going to demand more action. And then there was the famous, now infamous, if you're an Axis player, the Russian plane gambit, where 3 Russian planes were brought down to Yunnan, making it hard for the Japanese to do their thing in Southeast Asia, or Middle Asia, I guess. I believe you took over Philippines turn 1.
Yes.
And let's see. So Egypt was fairly in hand right off the bat for the British. Right. And you kept your fleet mostly at home and drew the troops out of Africa.
Yep.
Your luck the first couple of times was tough. But honestly speaking, you did a naval build,
Yeah.
aircraft carrier, and destroyer. I think turn one, maybe a sub even. And that is what I would say. There was quite a few troops that were put into no, a couple of troops were put into Africa for the bid, 51, 50, 40 bid, 40 bid, and I think that's about it. What would you say? Anything you want to add to that
Yeah,
review?
just a couple things. Some of the best, even the best players are going to 50 or 60 bid, but Oysteilo and I didn't want to go that high. I haven't played out of the box in 5 or 7 years, and I don't think Oysteilo has for a while either. So we just said, what the heck, why don't we try this new map that we don't know? So we're pretty disoriented. All the territories are drawn very differently. The units look a lot different. And so it's my first time facing this infamous Union bid. So since I couldn't attack Union, I found other things to do. I wanted to use my units, and so I tried Hawaii. So I will be scrambling to stay alive or make things happen with Japan in the early rounds. I want to comment on this take of Korea. I let it slide in with the US. I didn't see it coming. And it's particularly nasty because the Russians can walk into Korea when Korea is already friendly. The Mongolians are still on the Russian side. And that's going to come into play. So if Japan to start taking Russian territory, Mongolia will turn into Russians, even though the Russians move their entire army into Korea. So Oysteilo's
No
been around the
kidding.
block a couple times.
Wow.
He's shrewd. He knows the gimmicks, and he's going to use everyone he knows to fight me.
Well, I did not know that. That's very good. Very good. Okay. That's powerful. All right, entering into round three. Okay, taking a look at your purchase. What does your purchase tell us? Your purchase tells us that 5 infantry says long game. Destroyer says long game. So playing the Atlantic. Normally turn 3 you would be into full fast movers, but you are not. So let's see what you do. You go to war with Russia. Despite the bad luck and the commitment to the Navy, you are going to have a nice and robust East Poland that cannot be hit. You consider bombing, and you do bomb, and you get one of your bombers shot down. And the luck continues from last turn. Hasn't changed yet. You do, however, take out the destroyer without comments, and then you also take out the cruiser without some retribution. You got 4 on the factory, I think, and then fly everyone home. Now here you move everyone from France to Holland, Belgium, and then put the requisite submarine in 125 and move, I think it's 30, 26, yeah, over 30 units into East Poland, and they'll have can openers too, of course, later on. Nope, you move them back. Okay, I didn't see that. All right, and destroyers placed in 112. Let's just take a look at that real quick. That is a very healthy Navy, and despite some warfare and a huge fleet in 92, which projected power over 110, the Atlantic is now yours. The North Atlantic particularly, but most of the Atlantic is yours. Not a great feeling for the Allies, I know. And you place all of the grounds in Germany. It's to be expected. You place the 2 infantry in West Germany. You did a little bit of edits. I think you edited some non-com to Norway. I believe that's how that goes. And so, uh, obviously, yeah, turn 3, you're in. Um, Comments? Seems pretty. Uh, I don't think you're behind schedule. This force looks healthy. Might lack. Is it lack some tanks? Just put my glasses back on.
Yeah, because Paris blew up.
You're right, right. Paris blew up, and you had to use tanks in Normandy,
Yeah, it was
Bordeaux.
terrible.
Yep, that's right. So you're lacking some tank, little bit of tanks down right there. Okay, let's keep going. The Russians spend 5 on tech. Now, I'm a tech guy, but Russia, I do not usually spend any money on tech. Gets a 3, 0 hits. I think there's been more than 6, maybe 8 dice rolled so far this, and there's been 0 tech success. Um, okay, and he buys the 8 and 2, and he is going to be able to fight. Does he fight you? Yes, he's going to take Baltic, as well as some what I might call adventuring in Southeast Asia, making it even more difficult for the Japanese. Fighting Kwangtung as well as Malaya. Does he succeed? He gets that requisite hit in
Wildly
Malaya.
succeeds.
No, he gets it, and he is able to take over Malaya liberate Malaya, I suppose, for the British. And then he goes into Korea. Kwangtung, I skipped somehow skipped Kwangtung because I think he lost that. Nope, I guess he only did combat in Malaya. Okay,
Yeah, that
so
was
he
just
did move
mean
into
though.
Kwangtung.
He
Yeah,
took tank fighter attack against 2/2s and skated.
he did.
You know he was going to lose a plane if he got hit. He wants Malaya.
Right,
Yeah, Australia national objective and everything.
right. So $3 plus the 5.
So I get bruised again.
Yes. Northwest Persia opens the door to the north for the British, and he moves to Belarus from Bryansk. So has a strong fourth north of the Pipit Marshes. Okay. And then undoes a move and brings some more there. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so he's moving stuff around. Sub goes to 102. Nope, but thinks about it 103. All right, places 1 in Novgorod and the rest in Russia. So he does not take advantage of the forward factory and
Oh yeah.
tanks and the 1 mech. Let's take a look at that Belarus. Let's admire a master at play. 35. I'm just gonna knock off my. I got a notification my internet was low, so I'm going to make sure that my phones are off the grid. So we're looking at 35, 2, 37, 40, 42, and 4, 46. Plus in reserve, 4 guys and 7, 3 and 2. That would be 7, 8 attackers if he were to if Belarus were to be assaulted by the Germans. He has 8 in reserve to attack with. So interesting. 26, 30, 33, 36. All right, we have a fight on the east.
Oh man, yeah. Actually he drove into Kwangtung. He opened it before. Let's see. It looks like I need to zoom in. It was Japanese.
All right.
And yeah, there's no fight. And there's a complex there that I can't build at.
Nice.
He's suffocating me. He's wily. He's a veteran, and he knows I'm tough, so he's bringing it.
Nice.
And I'll just point out that as much havoc as he is wreaking in Southeast Asia, and he's setting up the gamey spread of communism with Iraq and Africa.
Yep.
But count how many units are on adventures away
Right.
from the Germans.
Yes.
He could
True
be
that.
punishing. This is the right play, but he could be punishing the Germans
Yeah.
as an alternative.
Because as I always say, whatever dollar is spent on the Atlantic, that should give the Russians boldness, um, and the ability to withstand. Uh, I mean, right now, and then I'm not sure what you built the second turn, but the third turn you built the destroyer. That's 38 fast movers that are not going toward Russia. So Russia should be in great shape. Now, I want to say that I think this is premature. I do not like this Korea move.
Really?
No, and the reason is, and I'll just, this is me. So who cares? You guys are the champs. But I think it resolves the tension too early.
Mm.
See, these troops right here, as long as those 18 are there and more, are pinned. They can't go anywhere. Plus, he bought 2 artillery. Now he's moved his 2 artillery into a defensive position. You don't need artillery for defense. So those just as well could have
Right.
been infantry, and they would have
Yeah.
gone to the same purpose. Now you've got a ton of forces that can reach this, not to mention 11 plus plane support. You and I both know this could be wiped out quickly.
Well, you know what? Something I really want to point out with that too. There's a
BNC's on
great
6.
commentary on your part there. So he is basically forcing me to attack.
Yes.
Because if I don't, American planes will land there, and he'll
It's all
build a
over.
complex.
Yep.
But it's a great move. I did not have good odds there. We'll see the attack soon, but I stood to lose several planes if it didn't go very well.
Right. Right. But on the other hand, I mean, he does have 11 units, ground units to play with, and that's a lot. And we've got 3 transports. But like I said, the big plus of Korea, the thing that is good, is that it's intense at the beginning. And if you can make Japan stumble at the beginning, that's intense. He's got huge pressure in Yunnan, so you're going to lose. I mean, you've already lost French Indochina, Malaya, Guangxi. So you're already a bit against the wall. So I can see it. I just think that, man, if he had waited 1 turn, but I see what I see.
Well, he had to get the.
He saw an opportunity.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He wasn't going to have it the next turn. Yep.
Right. Yeah, you stumbled. He took the opportunity, jumped right in there. So, like I said, you guys are champions. I'm not. So let's see what
rusty champions.
Oh well, I appreciate you coming back to the good old OG Global 1940. So he spends 5 on tech, and he misses. No tech so far. 3 rounds of constant buying tech. No tech so far.
We tried.
Look at this purchase. Okay, so I do love when Japan buys Navy. Now you have to buy Navy, and I totally understand that. But I do love when you buy Navy, because obviously that's to be balanced by American naval builds, but the ground builds, 3 here, are to be balanced by both the Chinese as well as the impoverished UK Pacific. So I do, as an allied player, this is allied headquarters, like to see only 3 grounders. So let's see how this goes.
I lost my complex. That's the problem.
Yep. No, totally get it. Totally get it. Good play on his part. So really strong Pacific KJF play. Battleships moved in for the
It is.
bombardments. You're gonna take another islands, Sumatra, Borneo, Celebes, and here it comes. Big fights. Okay, so all right. Now that looks pretty good, but there's more. He's got to bring him back. He's got to bring him back from King C to 19. Pops down to 6. More. So you really do have to rob Peter to pay Paul here.
Yeah.
Rob the South to go to the North. So, like I said, it's not the direction you want to go for sure.
I have more transports than you would normally have at this point.
Yep.
So can bring them back quickly.
Nice. All right. This all looks like very healthy. So your odds weren't that good because it sure looks like your odds could be good. I mean, obviously the anti-aircraft is the wild card. So obviously
exactly. Very scary.
Yep.
He's got 2 of them. Let's see. Odds are they're 90% plus 7, but he's smart to do it. It's just he's going to wear down Japan a lot.
Right.
And Japan has to fight everybody. So
yep. The pizza dough. Make the pizza dough thin. Okay, so here we go.
Heavy bombardment.
So heavy bombardments, 3 out of 4 hits. That's really great. So then I'm going to expand the right panel just a little bit here.
Wait, where were we?
So we are.
Oh no, that wasn't bombardment. That was just taking out his destroyer. I wasted a bunch of hits.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
I couldn't even bombard.
That's right. You couldn't bombard. Yeah, the destroyer misses. The transport destroyer go down, and here we go. Korea. So 13, 6, 16, 17, 27 versus 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. AAA takes down 1 plane.
And there I am thrilled.
Wow, look at those dice. 9 hits.
Yeah.
9 hits. Oh, okay, 9 hits as well. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's bad.
Yeah. So 9 versus 9. Okay, second time you get 6
also
hits.
Not good.
No,
I'm about ready to quit right here.
Look at these 4s. 1, 4. The 3s are more than 50%, so that's good. The 2s are shorts. Okay,
now that's good.
So he stumbles right there.
Yeah.
He stumbles. That's right. That could have been disastrous. So you have 4 losses versus 6, and then you do okay, not great. Yeah. I mean the ones are nice. The 2s are nice there, and then he really continues to have that bad luck. That'll
work.
That's right. All right, and there's the dice you needed at the beginning.
Yep.
And
there's average. Yep.
All right.
However, I should say right now, we didn't realize it at the time, but there was a major AAA glitch there. It killed, even though it shows right there, the 2 Americans died.
Yes.
The 2 Americans were AAA didn't roll for them.
No kidding.
AAA took it off when I sunk the fleet, even though
I was wondering about
definitely landed them on Korea. So we caught that and took off we agreed to take off a couple of my units when we caught that later.
2 infantry owned by Americans lost Korea in Sea Zone 6 battle.
Yeah, they weren't there. They weren't in 6.
Wow.
So especially hard to catch because you don't expect something like that. So
no.
So let's see what I have there with the artillery and the tank. I think what we compromised, especially because I discovered it and self-reported, we took off the artillery and the tank, and I kept control of Korea.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Obviously, that was 3 rounds of battle. So
yeah, they would have got some hits.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Probably
2 hits. Yeah, probably. Kui Chao is attacked. Pretty standard skirmish attack, and you get the territory. Um, and then Quang Tung is attacked. You got a little bit of force here. You want to keep it, and you succeed. You get the territory. Quang Si is attacked, skirmish, and you get the territory. Wow, you got three in a row there. Okay, and that's it. Non-coms, flying everybody home, and a move to threaten India just a little bit there, just a little, and sub moves to season 6 to make sure the Hawaiian fleet doesn't decide to get bold, and you're gonna just threaten the other sub. Now, am I right in saying if you? No, you can go to Kentsu. It's if you go into Novosibirsk, the problem, right? Triggers the
Right.
Mongolians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be Russian.
I made
So he's
I
got a
made
nasty
Yep, go
with
ahead.
this part of the setup with that bid and sitting in Yunnan. You've got the Burma Road open, you're getting artillery, you're cranking out Chinese, and then he brought in Russian planes and fast movers. He has Malaya. I couldn't take it back. Now I've got Kwang Tung, Hong Kong, but what he can do there is take Kwang Si with the Chinese, and then it's open for those British mech to come through. He's got the 3
Yeah,
aircraft there. He's all set up. He knows what he's doing,
right.
and he's
So
got
that
nothing but nasty in his mind.
well, I appreciate this is a better narrative to me in the sense that this is a little more uh, there was just this is a little more accurate to history to me.
Historically.
Yeah, the Germans really did come up to the gates of Moscow. The Japanese never were close to conquering China, all of China,
No.
and they were afraid of the Russians. They had lost the
Yeah.
battle just before the war and made peace with them.
Yeah.
And even at the end, one of the things that compelled the emperor to surrender was the fear of the Russians coming in.
Oh, sure. In the Manchurian, especially.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. So this
All right.
there's yeah. So the front with the Russians here is interesting. J3, and there are no Russians whatsoever. But the Mongolians are ready.
Yes, yes, they are. Yep. All right, and you're thinking about what to do here, and you set up your skirmish lines a little north, more north than you'd like. But you're going to be able to do it without. See, in my mind, you want to. It's just annoying. That it solves a problem, and the problem is this: if this is an active front, this pressure it increases pressure. So this is naked, as the Southern people say.
Yeah.
And that solves a problem for you. You don't have to worry about this. So
But like I said, real big factor is having the Americans take Korea and Russia move in. It's not an aggressive act according to the rules. And as soon as I step foot in Amur, the Mongolians are activated. And so then I can't blitz through Eastern Russia. It's going to be a lot harder going than it looks.
yeah. All right, destroyer, sub, and 2 transports placed in C Zone 6, and you've got plenty of protection. And the infantry, artillery, and mech are placed in Japan. And Japan is hefty for this moment in the game because this is there, and I do not think you put up a blocker. You have not had the breathing room put up a blocker, I think. So we have a healthy competition here in both the Eastern Front as well as the Japanese. But the Japanese are making good money, $57, and the Germans are making almost that or around that. So we're talking 120 just with the two big powers. All right, and here we go. $10 spent on tech. Will it be the turn that tech enters the game? It will not. So I think we're up to 15 dice maybe so far without a successful roll. We buy total naval buildings if you count the aircraft as going on the aircraft carrier. So is that going to the Pacific? We will find out as he tries now to keep even. He has to put 3 in the Pacific because the Japanese just put 3 in the Pacific. Non-combat moves, and they are going to go to Hawaii to make it a beast. All right, a bomber comes into London as well as supply of 91 Gibraltar, and we've activated. America's activated Brazil, and it brings those troops back to Gibraltar. Carrier goes in 101, but not the plane. The destroyer and 2 subs and the plane go, and the transports go to West Coast. We have $74. So what are you thinking at this point in time?
I'm thinking,
you like these moves?
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm glad he didn't hit any techs. His buys, I think he spent 25 on tech with the US in the last couple of rounds, and that's why the buys look a little bit light.
Right.
I'm not used to the tech, and so when I see that buy and America's at war, and I'm like, can't they afford more units than that?
Right.
So I got a little break from the tech attempts, and that helps a lot in the next couple of rounds when those American units aren't out in the front. But that's not criticism. I think it's awesome that we're playing a tech game. He's going to roll some dice.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Chinese move, and they buy an artillery and 4 infantry, and we're going to see some combat. 2 fighters move from Yunnan to Quincy, and then we're going to attempt to take back Quichao. He does take back Hunan. Big move into Quichao. Big move. Is that a mistake? Question. He gets the hits, and they move in. Skirmish battle. Oh, he loses the skirmish battle. He's not going to take that plane. Oh, 1 for 1. Okay. All right. So moves. Artillery moves from Yunnan to Quichao. So he's going to commit. Interesting. Okay. Big commitment. Splitting up force. All right. But only 1 infantry, 2 infantry in the area. So not too bad. There's no way that you're going to make another attack against a large infantry with only 2 infantry to attack Quichao. You get a little PTSD after being swarmed by aircraft, you know. So 3 go into Singhai, which is a defensive move for the Russian front. Going to be able to take the attack the Japanese troops that are in Suiyuan, and 2 into Yunnan. Right, strong 9 and 15. So again, that is $18. Burma Road has been open for 3 rounds. That is $18 that a lot of times you do not see in this game. In fact, by this time in this game, a lot of times Szechuan, Shensi could be in Japanese hands.
You know, that's why I think I'm skeptical that a 40 bid is too low. I think it's plenty high. I played a lot of games with out of the box years and years ago, and I know strategies have developed and people have gotten better and learned off each other. But he just he took a 40 bid, took 2 artillery, a couple planes, put a man in Union. He even took a couple guys to Africa. He didn't go all that, and it's just suffocating.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I mean, I was like I said, as an Axis player, I'm enjoying it. But you are right that those units on the Eastern Front. So just imagine that the 2 artillery, the 3 aircraft, and 2 more tanks, 2 more mechs were right here. Possibly that prohibits you from going into Eastern Poland. if you're able, if he had
Yeah, or he'd be able to kick me out probably.
what is that, 2, 5, 7, 7 more units right here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's enough to brave an attempt, maybe.
And then if he built some fast units,
Right?
instead of the
Yeah,
slog.
right. So in Russia,
So
yeah, the fast
it,
units they hit. Yeah, that's right.
I'm pretty sure if I took allies with the 40 bit, which I've never have, because this is the first game I've played in many years since they came back, they have bigger bids. Um, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be going for the Union Gambit might be the most effective. It's nasty. I think Jade out to help develop it. But I would probably take about 10 extra Russian infantry on the German front. Good luck with that.
I'm playing against my games, and that's what I did. I put 10 infantry right there. Yep, makes a big difference. All right, $5 more by the British, bravely spent by Oysteilo on tech, and he does not get it.
Yay.
Okay, he purchases armor, fast movers and slow movers. Okay, and then 3 infantry for UK Pacific. All right. So no, that is a
Oh, wait,
factory.
wait, wait, wait.
Yeah, go
Randy,
ahead.
back up a second.
Yep,
Sorry.
sure.
So Oysteilo is not here to defend himself, and he might be in a couple days to
Good.
join us that next time, which would be so cool. And you'll find out
Yeah.
how nice he is. But he doesn't play nice because you're not supposed to.
Right.
But I would critique that in China, he should be much more aggressive than
Gotcha.
he actually is. I think everything should be in Quichao. Purple units should be in Quichao. The 2 infantry and artillery in Singhai, they don't need to be out there. Japan can't afford to advance with those guys. They need to stay back in time. And I don't know why guys are staying in Yunnan. China can't go into French Indochina or anywhere down there. So they're just kind of sitting back and watching the show.
Nice. Yep. True. True. You need to be on a front, and it is so. As you say that, how likely is it that Japan takes in force and tries to hold
Hmm.
Guangxi, Hunan,
Mhm. Right.
Qichao, or
Yeah.
Shenxi? It's
No, it's not
impossible.
happening.
There's
Yeah.
not happening. You don't have the units. You've got 3 transports, I think. No, you got 5 transports now. So you maybe Guangxi, but
They're not going to drive from there. There's so many things to take back. They don't even have Malaya.
uh, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yep.
So I think a little overly cautious there when you say build 3 infantry with India. Let's see, is that right?
Yes.
Uh, that's way too conservative.
Gotcha. Yep. You're
There's
right.
there's no threat.
Yep.
Get them up to the front.
That's right. Yeah, and that's the same issue we had with the Anzac down here being in New South Wales. There's
With the
just
fighters. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, these need to be on the airbase, and they
Yeah.
obviously could be with the current situation. They could even be, landing because that just makes it so the Japanese have to do something else, and their to-do list is pretty long right now.
I'm surprised he didn't buy a transport with Australia on round 2. He bought a fighter and an infantry.
That's right.
Because I mean he's actually really aggressive. And I tell you what, if he tightened up a few of these, I'd be dead.
Right. Right.
He's so tough.
Yep.
So you can continue now.
All right, let's go to combat moves. So we're looking for some aggression here, and we're going to get some. He is going to go to Tanganyika. I think that's how you say it. Tanganyika. And he's going to invade, taking out the Horn of Africa. He's also going to go into Iraq and get diced. Spoiler alert. And then he's going to go into Kwangtung and get dice. Spoiler alert.
Oh, he hated
Uh,
that one.
oh man, you dirty dog. The luck turned against him this turn. So Tanganyika goes well. Tanganyika. I think it is Tanganyika. So then that's fine. He wins. Uh, takes more than he gets, or takes less than he gets. But then comes to Quang. You know, he does
Risky.
endure. It is risky. You gotta fess up that it's 5, and there's a AA gun against every single one of those planes. So
Mhm.
if you want to see ones, you'd rather see ones
I
against the
can't
infantry.
stand that.
And boom.
That'll work.
Okay, so if that had been the airplanes, that would have been a large victory. But this is still a victory.
Big victory.
Quang Tung
Yep.
holds. So Iraq, how's Iraq do? 3 versus 4. Risky again. Could no, defend with 3 infantry and get 1 hit. So unlucky
Yeah.
on his part. But you totally miss. So second round he totally misses, and you get the double. I'm just gonna pause this for a second. Come in. I'm just gonna pause. Where's my pause button? Hold on just a second. Pause. Am I paused? No, my
I
screen
don't think
sharing is
so.
paused. Hold on just a sec. Looking at how to pause. I'm in screen sharing mode. Pause recording. There it is. Resume recording. All right, here we are. Okay, so we're back.
Double hit, huh?
Yep, double hit in Iraq for the second time in a row. Um, so he limps away, having lost 2 infantry, but it's all the planes fly home, just like Quang Tung. Axis wins, but it's kind of an opportunity because we got some, because that was supposed to be an air raid, and he wasn't actually supposed to win, I don't think, because Iraq's supposed to go to the Russians.
Yeah.
So here we go. They fly home to Egypt. Um, now, obviously, he doesn't have an air base there. He does have an aircraft carrier, and he thinks about some stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna watch him do this because I think he might retake. This is a work in progress. Let's see. Flies home to Yunnan. Okay, French Indochina undoes it. Okay, so there is a move to Transjordan, maybe. Let's see here. I'm going to open up the edit there to see what he did. Removing a transports from the Italians.
Oh, he forgot to sink the defenseless transport, which of course gentlemen allow.
I appreciate that. That's great. And that's
Well, it was really hard to see too with this map. It was hugging the
yeah.
Greece coastline.
Yep, you're right. And those islands right there, that makes it a little bit difficult. Let's see if we
What
can.
was funny is at a previous time I had told him that transport's hard to see. Make sure you know it's there, and then he forgot it.
Yep, yep, it's right there. So not a great place if you're coding that. Yep, you're right. It does. It's hard to see. Okay, so then the fighter goes to. So again, if we're talking about some places that the British don't want to be right now, the British do not want to be in the Horn of Africa. So turn 3. Now they do have a transport here. They'll be able to move to different places, for instance, like Persia and the southern Russia in a minute. But it is annoying that you moved the Italians down here and required a lot of work, including a fighter that's out of place in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. So let's see how they place. They place infantry to artillery. Those are slow movers, interestingly enough. And then he placed the fast movers down here. So Those are slow movers. Now the question, I guess, becomes where does he want them? And I think he's. I mean, I'm thinking with his good sized navy right there. He's got some transports in tow. He's got transports here. He's maybe thinking Greece, but you do have a very healthy navy. So yeah, I think he's trying to win the Med and trying to pick a moment. But in general, I'd be building mechs just to move them to the middle of the Middle Earth kind of thing. But I'm not the champion. He is. You do have Crete, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see that, but sneaky little Italian fellow. He got Crete, and so taking away the $5 bonus, or the British would be at 36. So by the way, $5 less plus $5 for tech. That's $10 the British are missing this turn from production. 3 units go into India. Again, I think you're correct in that they do not have to be that timid. $13. That's very healthy. So that also, that Russian tank is making the Allies a lot of money. Game loaded. Okay, here we go for the Italians.
Hold on.
Oh,
It'll be a whole nother round till we get here. And so we may forget now's the perfect time to say those. One of the things that helped keep me in this game are those 2 transports down in South Africa. As you noticed, there are 4 slow units there, and the 2 transports could do a lot of different things, and they could come up and towards the Med. Well, it may have been a little disorientation from the map. We're not used to this map.
Right here.
But if you go really far east, off to the East Indies, that Japan fleet is going to sink them.
1, 2. 1, 2. Ah, right here, this big one.
So that was worth going out on a little adventure for. So those 2 transports will do nothing after this.
That's sad. Very sad. Very sad for the
long walk
good
to
guys.
Egypt.
Yeah, it is. Long walk. Like I said, going in the wrong direction. Okay, so combat moves. You buy a bomber and a sub. So I do have to say how much I admire this purchase. The Med is not going to be resolved anytime soon, is what you're saying. Even a victory by the British would be followed up by air raids, both by the Germans and the Italians. So very likely that what you end up with in the long run is 0 fleets. And this is the same situation with those Russian troops in Siberia, is that because those Italian ships are there, nothing is resolved, which is irritating, painful, and obviously that purchase of a sub is going to eventually cause the British to have to purchase another naval unit, which again is not what they want to be purchasing. All right, let's see what happens here. And we get some good can opening opportunities. So he's going to move stuff. I admire the moving out of and unobstructed, moving out of Africa and into Bulgaria, Romania, to East Poland, to Romania, to Yugoslavia, to southern Italy, and here we go. A robust, multi-layered Eastern Front polyglot. Is that the word? Okay, you undid some stuff, and you end up with submarine in 97, a bomber in southern Italy, and that bomber has got so much reach. $17. So that right there is approaching 140. So we are, I think, at 136 or something like that. 140 is danger zone. and you are making a good amount of money. Okay, and oh my goodness, 5 more Anzac dollars on tech.
Oh,
Okay,
on Italy, if I may
yeah,
quickly.
you may.
Um, I can buy a bomber and a sub because evacuating Africa has me with 3 tanks and a mech on East Poland, and there is no need for more ground in Southern Europe. Everything is secure.
Yep. So Allied transports, 1 Allied transport there, 1 Allied transport there. That will not capture Southern, even if you had a successful attack. 1, 2, 3, 4 units, 5, 6. It's not going to happen. Okay, so Anzac rolls 5 for technology. That is not $15, not ships in the water, which is why I prefer the token system. But Anzac buys 1 artillery and 1 sub. Okay, so still no
No transport.
Anzac transports. So obviously got the Navy there, and I believe there's an Anzac destroyer over here.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have blocked it. No, you'd have to sink this if he did this. Is there any way to block it? I don't think so because of
No.
non-com, you could just move.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anzac goes in Transjordan. Artillery in New South Wales. Still, the planes remain. Wow.
Yeah.
Now here is some serious money. $21
Yeah.
Malaya
Malaya.
as well as the
Yeah.
New Guinea, Dutch New Guinea.
He knows all the rules. He's killing me with them.
Yep. So the French move into the Egyptian Sudan and down to and up to Transjordan. He undoes that move. And he does again. And his troops move from Tunisia to Algeria. All right. So I do like, you may or may not be aware, but obviously a lot of people might think about France taking over Libya, but that'd be a way. Although it would steal money from Italy, it wouldn't give money because of the clunky rules surrounding
Oh,
the French in this game.
He's saving it for Russia.
Saving it for Russia.
Yeah.
Wow.
He wants the
Okay.
big money.
Big money, big money. All right. Here we go. Technology 4. And there we go. So 5 fast movers. Again, long game with the infantry and 2 fighters. I think that you should be scratching his head at that. I would be scratching my head at that. Just because with the strong Navy that's there, you want fast movers, you want tank. Nope, not many tank purchases. So I think that means you want to be able to go both ways. You want to be able to threaten both the North Sea as well as project power over the Med, as well as be able to get to the Eastern Front at the right time. Let's take a look. Here he goes into Novgorod and to Novgorod, to Baltic State, Viborg, UK with the bomber, Baltic States does that. Bomber is now going to help out somewhere else, and success. And he gets one in return. That always feels good for the Allies. And you take over Novgorod as well as you win that battle with no losses. And you attack 5, and you win only with German men.
Yay. It's always fun.
Yep. And you also took West Ukraine. So you reposition yourself. I'm always looking to see where the aircraft go because that tells me a lot. Where will the aircraft go? If they stay on the Eastern Front, then you're thinking to yourself, I might be able to take Belarus. If they do not stay in the eastern fronts, then it's a static line. Let's see what you do with your planes. There is movements to Norway. And there is a large. Oh my. Wow. Okay, so using the Pipit Marsh. Wow. All right. 8 go into Germany, 2 into West Germany. 48, 53, $58. All right, let me take a look here. I just need to do the math. 20 and that's a 6, 26 and 8, 26 and 8 is 34, 35, 36, 37, 40, 35, 37, 38, 39, 43, 43 and 4 is 47, 48. Wow. All right. So you did the calc on that, I'm sure.
Oh
and
yeah,
Saw that he's probably got a 20% chance of winning.
probably. It's like, yeah, can't be 50-50. Can't be having him beat down my army and then keep plowing more behind it. And so I'm keeping mech back and mech and tank back in East Poland to defend it while sending as many slow forward as I can to West Ukraine, trained on Ukraine.
Wow, that is a very interesting. So, what do you want to give him? You want to give him a 20% so he might think about it,
Oh,
or
let me see. Let's figure that out. I'll do it quick, and you can.
all right, I'll keep
You don't
going.
have to wait on me. Yeah.
I want to know what that percentage is because
Yeah.
obviously 20 infantry is going to make it very hard, and you don't have that many tanks right now. That makes it less tempting. But the can
Yeah.
openers,
Again, he's
the
paying the
can
price for sending those adventurers off.
that's right. The can openers are in there, so a lucky first roll would be game changing. So he buys 9 infantry. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay, so 9 infantry, 2 mechs. So has to be prepared to fall back, I think. Let's see if he falls back. It's going to take Iraq. Novgorod, he's going to skirmish for. And you get hits.
Iraq goes perfectly for him, that is a big roll right there.
Yeah.
He needs each one of those units to go grab all of his big money
Yep.
Italian territories, and he loses none.
Yeah. Yep.
So I get discouraged again.
Huh.
So
Now,
he's got, if he goes one round in East Poland, he's going to be minus 15 IPCs. If he goes until only air are left, he has 22% minus 49.
wow.
So
Okay.
he can't do it. Yeah.
Right. Yep. Okay. And flies some troops home, flies some airplanes
Oh, here
home.
they come. Yep. That's a problem.
All right. He is going to, I'm looking to see if he holds. Looks like he's going to hold. He does hold the line. Belarus stands $33, not bad. And he has brought some of these guys home. He's sent the Malayan tank back to Yunnan, but he's necked up here, but he's still protected by the Mongolians. Commitment down here is 4 units. The commitment over here is now only 1 unit, and the airplanes have all flown back.
So the bid aircraft are back. So he has 3,
50,
there's
50,
5. He's gotten 1 in Northwest Persia.
yeah,
He's
52.
got 5 aircraft without buying any.
Wow. So here is 40 and then 50. 52 units in Belarus. He's going to stand pat. Interesting move on his part there. you instinctually you would see most players fall back to Bryansk at that point. But if you can hold instead of falling back, obviously
Mm,
you are
yeah,
complicating it for the enemy. This move here, I really admire that. I admire this one just as much
yeah.
that he holds this. He's got reserves here to hit that army. Um, these planes could help out too. So, and obviously the Smolensk force as well as the Belarus force project power over Archangel, even though you've got your convoy up there. All right, what did the
Oh,
Japanese do?
hold on a second.
Sure,
He failed to take Leningrad back.
he did.
So the factory is available, although I can't really use it. But I don't have to fight for it to get the 7 next
Right.
turn. And notice he leaves Ukraine alone, even though it's worth 2. It has an Italian mech, has a factory, because he'd like the Italians to own Ukraine,
Right.
because then the Germans can never build there.
Very good. That is a great comment right there. I was wondering about when you took it. I forgot to note that usually people reserve Ukraine for the Germans, but you're right. All right, 9 infantry. That is a healthy purchase for the mainland. You have 5 transports, and you're going to buy 2 ships this time and 11 grounders. Let's see what happens.
So one of the things I like about that is using all of your industrial complex capacity. Number of having more number of units is so powerful, and I'm just trying to operate with one complex on the mainland and transport the rest. So I'm going to need planes, ships, men. So at this turn, I have the opportunity to build 13 units. I'm going to build 13 units.
Very good. Very good. Yep. So, and you held Quang Tung against the enemy last turn. So he was trying to shut that down, but was unsuccessful. And you move your armor. Let's watch the right panel as the invasion of Russia proceeds. Going to push Quang C, skirmish, skirmish. Okay, and French Indochina invading everywhere. Busy, busy. So Lee's to Malaya, take Malaya back. Oh, Shan States. Malaya.
So Shan State blocks off.
The Siam unit.
Yeah, I'm not sure right now actually why.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens here. Lots of combat. Looks like you're going to succeed at most of them without too much effort.
Now there's some action in the Indian Ocean too.
All right. And let's see, why isn't this going there? Just go down there. There's the Japanese plane that attacked the Indian Ocean. 2 defending transports are lost. Siberia is attacked. French China is taken. Malaya is taken without resistance. Battle in 78. That's a destroyer. Can't quite see it here. Oh, a destroyer and a aircraft dive bomber. See what happens. 2 hits. Oh, he gets the destroyer.
Again.
Nice. Okay. And Shan is attacked and taken. And oh, he gets a hit. Wow. 1 for 1. And he's unable to take it. Playing C. Oh, and victory. 2 Japanese lost for 1 single Chinese unit. Now your luck is back. Hunan and the battle casualty won that one off right off.
Okay, so there was a AAA error there. It should not have, let's see, it should have activated Mongolia.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And then we find the error in Korea. And so we're taking that tank off the board as well as the
Ah,
artillery in Korea, and then
gotcha.
editing Mongolia the way it should be.
Gotcha. Okay. Non-coms 37 to use that sea base, and carrier moves to 75 to recover the plane and 2 planes. Sea zone 6 and big move. Bombers to Caroline. Okay, Japanese are doing some stuff, thinking. Okay. Okay.
You don't seem to
So
have any
you,
trouble with this map. I'm surprised.
yeah, I have played. I played a couple games with it.
Oh, a
So here we
couple.
are. Yeah, yeah. It's a fun map, fun difference. Siberia is taken, so we have Amur taken as well as Briacha. Now he's so luckily you found out about the error, and now you've got to strengthen yourself against these Russian troops. That
Yeah, in 3 places.
yeah,
And then I have to
yep,
be prepared for him to jump into Amur.
yep,
So,
right.
so I killed the whole Russian stack in Korea, but since he gamed it and didn't attack Korea with the Russians, here comes 6 Mongolians at me.
That is amazing. So very good play.
Yep.
And you got a carrier and a sub, 3 scrambling fighters, no blockers. Is that a mistake?
Nope.
Okay.
Um,
Are you
let's
trapping him?
see. What's that?
You,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna go down here to game loaded. So you do have a transport here as well. So you are tempting him
Mm-hmm.
into an attack. Your forces are here in Caroline. That's
Yeah.
ferocious. And what else do you have going on? So obviously you've got this carrier way out here, it's out of place, but
Mm-hmm.
worth it. You got
Mm-hmm.
Malaya here. How's this Air Force? Air Force, British Air Force has only got 3.
Yeah. So I have to guard against them.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's oh my goodness. If he had a factory right here and the sub was in 54, um, I think I'd do it. I'd take the shot.
Oh, you like seeing just a carrier? Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That is a dream right there.
There's no foxes in the water though.
Oh boy. If there was one sub right here, man. If there was a sub right here to finish off, oh my goodness, that would be fun.
I'm giving away a transport off of Fick also, so he'd have to let that go to attack me with the British, and there's just he won't anyway. There's too
Right.
much defense. I got a naval base to heal it. So the stack in Caroline's
Ah, okay, gotcha. You got a naval. Okay, gotcha.
um stack in Caroline's is I think to look keep him from going to 54, and he does go for 6, but with 6 kamikazes and 3 scrambles that I don't have to use any of those. Um, he can't, he'd have to send a bunch to kill those units, and whatever he sends, I could kill.
Right,
But he outsmarts me there in a minute here, and he sends only subs that
right,
the
right,
fighters and the kamikazes can't hit.
right, right. Subs, yeah.
And then he gets lucky too.
So generally speaking, I'm looking at this going, okay, how many subs do I have? How many aircraft do I have? Because if I don't bring any ships, the kamikazes
Oh
aren't in
yeah.
force, and I don't mind bringing your planes for scrambling because that means you have less planes, and I figure that I can help reduce your planes.
No, he's coming.
Yeah, 3 subs. The three subs, very good. Okay, so I just want to take a look at mainland. Okay, so the battle lines are drawn. You were unable to take Queen C. You got unlucky there. Um, it certainly is. If he had all of his China, well, he could consolidate into Hunan right here. I mean, it's interesting if you can coordinate as the allies to have all to make Japan have battles in two different areas at the same time. He has to divvy up his ships, his airplanes, and his bombardments. So pretty interesting thing here. Caroline does reach the land though. 1, 2, 3. It's coastal, stays coastal. So I guess the planes out at Caroline's cannot affect any battle in the interior here. So interesting. 5
So I have a
aircraft.
philosophy on China. I mean, it's not necessarily always the way to go, but a lot of players are so focused on their income, and there's a delay when you have income, you earn the income, the next turn you buy it, and then the turns after that, you move those units into place. When the Chinese are numerous, I'd rather them come into my parlor and I wipe them out with air and a few infantry and just beat them off, rather than send a whole bunch of units into the interior.
Gotcha.
Generally speaking.
Sure. Yeah. What happened in Korea? That's what as an American, as an allied player, that's what I want to avoid. I want to make your planes go to different areas, not swarm, because the planes are just so powerful that just a few units makes it almost a wipe. It's a wipeout almost every time. So yeah, but obviously he's going to push forward. Let's see what he does. Okay, maybe we get successful tech this time. Whoa, we get a tech. What is it? Finally,
A 6.
he gets a 6 heavy bombers.
A 6
now,
and a 6.
I will tell you that heavy bombers overperforms, whereas super subs generally underperforms. Although right now super subs probably would come in handy. So he purchases no bombers. He gets heavy bombers that he doesn't purchase.
Wasn't ready for him yet. Not one.
No, that's funny. That is funny. All right. So he is purchasing for the Pacific right there, I would think. Those subs are out of the Pacific. Although he could use them in the Med. I always call American subs the plunger that flushes the toilet of the Med. All right. We have 3 subs attacking season 6. We have the scrambling fighters that fly around in circles.
Not sure what's happening there. Yeah.
Yeah. And he gets a hit, damaging the carrier. And
well, we got to fight.
Yeah, you got to fight. You killed one of the subs, so it's 2.
They missed.
You miss. You miss again, and then he hits. Very fortunate, and now you take the sub as a casualty.
Trying to save the carrier.
You get a hit.
Oh my goodness!
And it's 1v1.
Yep, but he wins ties.
Wow, very good. Well,
he pulled it off. What? Yeah.
That feels good.
That was so close to leaving me with a carrier and a transport.
Yep.
Very risky.
Very risky.
But he's aggressive and he's smart.
I'll tell you, and I would fall for this. And the problem with the planes is if you send in the planes, you get the scramble, and then you've got to position your fleet in 7.
Yeah.
And then you are very out of position. So he moves.
I wouldn't scramble. I wouldn't scramble to make sure they survive. Then they'd have to land.
Right. So then they've got to land in. You got to bring the fleet up to 7, and then he moves the fleet back to 6, and then you've got to make your way back out of that mess. And you can't reach when you retreat from 7. You can't go back all the way to Hawaii. So you can go to Midway, but you couldn't get back to Hawaii, and then the South Pacific is out of your options. So sending planes to raid C-Zone 6 has a cost. Although I would have made it tempting for you, and I would have only brought three or four airplanes in, so that you would want to scramble.
Oh,
uh,
yeah, 7's out of reach of my fleet.
Yeah. All right, so the fighters move forward, and I would love the forward position. Love that he's facing off against your fleet in 33. Goes to 28. 106. Fighter. 3 bombers, 3 heavy bombers. Did he not attack?
Where they were.
He did not use his bombers for attacking?
Oh, and they were in Britain.
Did he forget?
No, let's see. That's why I have 5 fighters on West Germany.
Right. So
I mean, he could attack Normandy or Paris or something, but I guess he didn't want to lose any.
So just let me ask you, because maybe I'm not seeing something, but if you send 3 bombers to West Germany, you can only scramble 3 fighters, correct?
Oh no, you can intercept with all of them.
You can intercept with everything. That's right. Okay, it's only scrambling that's
yeah,
so,
that's why there's that's why there's 5 fighters there.
So obviously he's not interested in damaging the factory in Normandy, Bordeaux, the factory in France.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't want to risk those. Still, most all of us Allied players with heavy bombers would do it.
So heavy bombers one more time is two. What is the heavy bombers?
Best of 2 dice.
Best of 2 dice. That's right. That's right. Huh.
That's about a 90% hit rate for each one against conventional units.
Right.
Instead of 67.
I think how's Novgorod look? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7's got to land in Archangel. That's not a great location. Then you've got to send a bunch of Russian men to protect your bombers. Yeah, okay. You're frustrating him. That's for sure.
That's when I thought they were conventional bombers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could land in Malta if you wanted to try to cover that. That's too much. All right. Sorry, let's keep going. Bombers sitting still.
Good stuff ahead.
Bombers sitting still is so frustrating. So frustrating. Oh man. All right. The transport moves to 91. So I think at this point, and then huge investment in the Pacific. Wow. Not one, it's for the Atlantic.
And he moved the carrier that he built in Eastern US. He moved it straight to the Pacific this turn.
Yeah. Right there.
So there's another, I think I know why there's 5 fighters on West Germany, is to protect against the 1-2 attack by the US and the UK.
Sure.
If the US attacks, I can lose some fighters and still be in force for the UK.
Then right here. Yeah, obviously you got to get past the Navy. So pretty there's no okay, so interesting. All right. So I just have to say, good job on your part to frustrate a great Allied position. I mean, he is got some great units in great places, but can't make it happen. Um, so I have to applaud your good,
Thanks.
skillful, evil play. All right, let's keep going. So Burma Road's still open, and let's see some. He probably also feels really good about China and
Yeah.
pretty good about Asia in general,
Yeah.
and is thinking this is where I'm going to win the game. And skirmish, and a loss, a victory, and that's it. And on comes moves forward to Anwei, and let's see. So then $18. Very good. Okay, so like the forward position, but setting himself up to be crushed. Let's see here. So we got 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, 12, 13, 14, 14 units. Wow. Okay. So
Well, he's
that's
not done reinforcing that.
he's not done. He's going to bring in some British. Very good. Okay. Let's see what he does. Okay. He buys a bomber and 3 subs. He is frustrated. 3 artillery. Would have gone with the mechs, I think. Myself.
Yeah, those are
Just
slow.
slow movers. Okay, brings it back down here. Huh. He's frustrated. He wants some action. Transjordan moves on to Syria. He was counting on those transports. Didn't build transports. Moves them back up. Walks everyone slowly up there. Goes back to Canada to pick up more troops. And Northwest Persia. Goes to Anwei. And does some stuff. Places subs in 98.
Yeah.
2 bombers now there.
All trained on 97. So he bought max attack on 97.
Yeah. I don't think. Huh. Wow. Cost of blockade 0. UK collects 10, 11. Changes ownership, 3 artillery. Okay. Let's keep going.
Well, on that transport to Canada, you
Yeah.
assumed he was going for reinforcements. There's nobody home.
There's nobody home.
That one mystifies me a little bit. I guess he didn't. Well, he wanted bomber and 3 subs, I guess.
Why leave your units in Gibraltar? Oh, because you have a bunch of units. You have two transports. 1 transport. You have 1 transport. Okay. All right. Let's see what you do. I think he's flustered right now. 2 bombers against. Again, he gets a hit. He shoots down one of your bombers.
That was just devastating. The UK AA starts going crazy on me.
Yeah. And you do get 8 hits for 12 damage. You're denying $5, and now you're put 12 damage on UK. You are winning this game. You're winning the game by pennies. And abandon Cyprus and strengthen southern France. Go to northern. You're strong. You're confident. No transports in the area.
So the strap bomb run on London is because Britain just went, and I see an opportunity for Germany. So I need to damage the factory right now.
Right. 5, 10, 12, 14, 16 with There's 8 planes in the area right there, 2 more right there. Plenty of troops in the area. Yep. All right, you collect $20. That is red zone, dude. That is red zone. Let's take a look at the incomes right now. The Axis are at 136. Allies at 187. 149 for production, 116. That's a 60 units advantage for the Allies, but they have to buy transports and aircraft carriers, and it's less than 400 for TUV.
Those are pretty tight numbers in my experience.
Yeah, that's not what I like to see. Like I said, he's got great position. He's for round 2, round 3, but he's for round 4, he's stalled. Okay, let's bring it back. Destroyer, sub, and 1, I think it says transports. Let's go to history. Transport, finally. Okay, there we go. All right, combats for Anzac. No combats. Moves him toward Russia. I think that's pretty instinctual. Convoying Java. Everything comes up. Destroyer placed. At some point in time, you think about a factory up there, just because it's such a
yeah, I hadn't even thought about
shotgun.
That. When Japan is suffocated, that's the way to go. And now he'll do it against me.
Yeah, it's a shotgun approach. I mean, they're put right into action. They project power all the way over.
If there's no threat of Japan taking it, I mean, it can be used against you if Japan's strong. But
absolutely,
when you got money, yeah, that I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the destroyer still alive in the Indian Ocean, and infantry to Egypt and infantry to Iraq. 3 infantry in Morocco. And the fighter goes back to maybe realizing he's a little weaker than he'd like to be. Round 5. Okay, so I think my wife might want to go to bed here soon. And I just want to take a look. We broaden things a little bit. Not that broad. So again, I just want to focus on this frustration you've created. He did edit these back, so he's still there.
Oh.
And sorry, no, this is round 4. Sorry. There we go. He's got these over here. I'm guessing he must consider those in danger, but there's no way those are in danger. Not from one single bomber, is it? That'd be a bold move on your part. No, there's a cruiser there. I do not know why he did that. That's a head scratcher. You're right.
Well, I mean, the fleet in 112, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yep. 112.
That
sure.
Plus a bomber.
How many scrambling fighters do you have? 1 scrambling fighter. Okay. See, I'm not a big fan of this move.
He just, I don't know. He flew there was a French fighter too. He just moved it to London.
Yeah, I would say this is not a big fan of this. I thought these should have gone to. I would have liked to see a 109 or a 110 move right there. I mean, I know you've got a ton of forces, but those forces also in the attack. I don't know, not sure what the numbers would be, but this fleet and this fleet and the subs for making sure you have scrambling fighters in 109 puts pressure in a nice area, and I'm not 100% convinced taking up. I love Italian ships that are shiny, new, and useless. And if this to me feels like it's a muscle move. In other words, most players are like, well, Egypt is safe. What should I do? I know, I'll move my troops toward Russia. Um, but Germany is in turn 4 is in East Poland. So there's no real pressure here. I don't think. I don't see it. So this feels, I don't know. I don't I don't see the value of trying to take out 97. If you had 3 transports here, I'd be worried, but Egypt is safe. I this I would say this is a mistake. He's trying to relieve frustration, and again, I'm not sure how this. I mean, if you combine this in 91, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What would you have done as the Allies? What would you have done?
If you back up like the beginning of that British move,
Sure.
you mean?
Yeah. What would you have done? Uh,
Let's see.
Here's the non-combats, non-combats right here.
Yeah. Oh, I've got it up on mine too. Um, okay, so he was in 92. Let's see. Well, there, hold on, because he has a ton of ground units on Egypt, so you want a fleet to be there to be able to move them. Is actually what I'm thinking. And the
No
three
Trent. No.
subs might not be offense; they might be defense.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Cheap. Cheap.
Um,
Cheap units to lose.
so then I guess you build transports in the next turn um, to start moving that massive arm, because I almost think that is what, because you have so many ground units with no place to go. And
It's
so
it's it's yeah. I mean, that's one of the problems with building slow movers in the Middle East. It's chopped up so badly. I mean, it's just impossible to get anywhere quick.
yeah, there's a complex there. There's all that ground unit. So I'm getting the Italians out of there. They can't do anything there.
Huh. So I think I would have gone to 91 and made through 91, or if I did a lot of math and my purchases were right, 109. But all right, well, this is an interesting game, and I think this is that is a huge crucial move. He is winning in the Pacific in a lot of ways, but you are manfully using every available opportunity, and I am looking forward to seeing what happens in round 5.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to let you go tonight until you look at G5 purchase, and then you can go.
All right, G5 purchase. Here we go. G5 purchase for the Germans is 8 transports. Da da da. All right. Well, thank you
Thank you.
for sharing with us your thoughts on this game. We look forward to quizzing or talking with us, Oysteilo, maybe Sunday night. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we thank you for sharing our time tonight. Have a good night, Ted.
Good night.
Good night.